welcome back to NH Just for a Podcast. Although it's been a couple of years since we've done one, just due to different scenarios, but we're back in the Music Hub or Hub Music in Dumbarton for our first recording, and looking forward to it, ready to get going. So obviously joined always by Jordan. How you been, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. Aye, getting there. Just busy with this radio show and try to live down at Dumbarton days so bad at the moment. So aye, getting there, mate. Just
you get work done.
well, aye, that's the debate boy you could call it work at the minute. But aye, getting there, mate. Just
Good.
Identify something different and wee bit.
Well, the whole world's doing that now.
Wee bit more ginger than usual, but aye, getting there.
No, you're looking good, mate. But
Thanks, mate,
obviously that was a wee joke there. For people who are tuning back in, obviously.
Yep.
Kevin, you have joined us now. You were a fan of the podcast, and me and Jordan were always thinking about bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then just as a kind of coincidence, when we were going to bring it back, you gave us a message saying that you felt you could have an input. So I'm glad to have you on there, mate.
It's just I kind of paid attention right at the start. When you were starting it, just two local boys trying to do something, and just always thought I've always wanted to do it. You know, I'm a good waffler, so I just thought I can join in and see what it can bring. And aye, let's get something started, innit?
I know, because it's worked out well, because obviously we did, I think my kind of main thing with taking somebody else as part of it was, there was times where me and Jordan were going to do one, and if one of us couldn't make it, that was kind of done, like the recording was never going to happen. And then literally tonight, Jordan's trains got cancelled. So if you weren't here, fuck Scotland. But his train got cancelled, and obviously if he never came, I would have probably had to do it myself. So it's actually the kind of one of the reasons that we thought it's a good idea having three people who's actually came into action the first night.
Aye, I think just on a not kind of how we can take each other and kind of and make it better. I think on a kind of making things easier. I think it's just that was one of the first things that I thought about how it can make it easier to actually possibly go and get yourself a better name and kind of how your reliability is as well. So I think there's a lot of positives for it. Do you know what I mean?
No, because obviously, I mean, me and Jordan always kind of joked, like if people went, "Where's what happened to the podcast?" and stuff, we'd be like, "Oh, we've just got too famous, we can't." But it was obviously a joke, but no, we did get a lot of good feedback from yourself as well. But a lot of people did, but I'm not actually saying this, right, as people be like, "Oh, somebody," like I genuinely was in the shop once, right, and somebody did say to me, "Is the podcast coming back?" And I said, "I'm not too sure," and they went, "That's good because it was shite." I'm not even kidding on, right? But I actually have had people who are like, "Oh, watch the podcast." It's mad that obviously we've lost a few followers because we've not been posting it. But I go on the TikTok and people have still followed the pages because of the videos. So we are going to try. Me and Jordan were consistent, but where we filmed kind of did let us down in the end due to a new manager, new ownership. And so we're going to be consistent with it. But if you get any background you want to tell folk, or maybe why you wanted to get into something like this?
So I just think I've always been. I just love speaking. I love talking, and I like talking about topics that I feel maybe passionate about and stuff like that. And I just feel like I just want to get my opinions out there a bit more. And maybe I'd bring people something that they can see that bringing somebody a wee bit of kind of looking forward to something. Like if I can be a part of that's what kind of that's what makes me that wee bit happier than just kind of just going about your day. I mean, no how many people that just want to just live an easy life and that, but
I know.
I mean, I still want an easy life. I don't want any use to be causing me problems down here.
No,
I don't think this place is big enough if you want to start fighting about topics, but I mean we can turn it into that if you want to.
No,
but no, I feel like bringing somebody that we can I'm looking forward to them putting that out, or I'm looking forward to seeing this guy. It's if you can make one person smile every week, then I think your job's done. But I like talking about things I do. To be
fair, that is the definition of a podcast. Like just talking about things. But I think it's also it is a way to vent as well. I mean, look, my girlfriend will be absolutely buzzing that this is back because if I have a bad day at work or
You can
something,
get 85 and you can come and
I
vent
can
to
just
me.
come.
Aye,
So
absolutely.
that's the way it is. What's your thoughts on immigrants? We'll move on.
Aye, go on, same.
But obviously one of the topics to kind of ease into kind of being back is obviously it is the main one that most people in Scotland talk about. We're going to go into kind of football and the way football's been this season in Scotland. Probably one of the best but also worst seasons in Scottish football. What team do you support if you want to disclose that?
Celtic.
Celtic,
Yeah.
good.
Nah, we'll go with St Mirren fan.
Well,
Go with
former-
St Mirren
possible-
fan. I do follow St Mirren quite a lot, to be honest. And in
League Cup champions.
recent times, I have been paying a little bit more attention to them. So yeah.
Do you see like, obviously you played at like a good level and stuff, like see like not making it, like does that change your views on football? Because like I was like decent at football and obviously I get the injury and that changed the way I played, and I do struggle to say that I love football the way I did, because I'm like, oh, I could have got somewhere with that. And see now, like when I used to watch football, not saying I was like Pep Guardiola, but I did just to watch like wee runs, wee moves, or like kind of call out decisions as they were happening.
Aye.
But now I just like kind of watch it as like, oh, this isn't going to be something that will ever happen to me.
No.
Does it change?
I don't think it's changed my kind of view or opinions on football, and I don't ever really feel as if I've lost the love for it just because I didn't make it. Do you know what I mean? It's something that's been a passion since my godfather Pat, God rest his soul, used to take me to football as soon as I could walk. He was, kind of had a big hand in Wrexham Andrew, kind of setting that up, and as soon as I could walk, I think I was around about 1, he was taking over to the primary school across the road for me. So it's been a passion since then, and everywhere I was going I had a football with me. Do you know what I mean? So, and it wasn't. I didn't just you get people that don't love watching it, but they love playing it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I was both. I was always both. I loved watching it, and it didn't matter what game it was, who was playing. I was watching it. Do you know what I mean? And I was kind of the same. I'd be watching it and I'd see wee things kind of developing, and I'm going. I've got a wee bit more of a football brain. Whether because I played at a higher level or just because I got it a wee bit more. But nah, I don't feel as if it's ever took away my love for it just because I didn't
you
make
never
it. So I
made
mean, I never held any bad blood against the sport. So aye.
Aye, because I think, I don't know, like sometimes I just like nowadays, like I've not got one of the fire sticks that people have got, but I actually don't have one.
Stop telling us
But I don't watch football, and I genuinely do not have a fire stick, right? But see, even if I did, like I genuinely used to be able to watch, like say Ross County were playing Dundee United on like a Tuesday night, or like Accrington Stanley were playing like Port Vale, I would be able to stick that on, but now I don't. I don't know if that's maybe because I can't really, like I genuinely can't really play it. I've announced a comeback about 5 times and I've played a sevens tournament, and that's been me. But I think the way football is now has also affected it. But even this year, I know people will be like that, or like the way I'm acting just because Celtic aren't doing well. Like I have in my lifetime seen Rangers win the league and stuff like that, but I think the way Celtic's been this year, I'm paying that money for a season ticket, which is too much money for any team.
Mental. It's
And
absolutely
a bus up.
bizarre.
The drink is my choice if I buy drink, but even if I go up drunk or sober, just the way this season's been. But then you look at it from our perspective, like teams like Motherwell, Hearts, as you said, even St Mirren, even though they're in relegation, they have won a trophy. It's been a good year for Scottish football.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the top 2 aren't doing well doesn't mean that.
Aye, no, it's not going to. I completely get where you're going through there.
But I think like it's been exciting. Well, not exciting, but like I seen a clip and it was Wilfred Nancy like doing a. It's not having videos. It's like that page. It's like they do like their tactics on a wee board. And I seen it was like his voice is actually giving me PTSD. Like that era will be like. Say I get to the age of like 40, like I will be like, mind that guy.
I mind his 8 games that he was.
But how
he's notepad.
See, genuinely, but how does like if he gets another job and football's maybe a bit harsh, but even in Europe, I think nobody doesn't need to be like a pure absolute nuts person to employ him. Like that was bad when it.
I think as brief as it was, everybody that comes in that thinks about even putting him in the picture for a job, that's going to be the first thing that they think about. But see, because it was so brief and so bad, it makes it even worse if it was maybe just a wee bit longer and bad. Do you know what I mean? Like it was always going to be awful. I don't think it would have been that much of a talking point, but I think because just the way it happened, it's always going to be the first thing that people bring up, and there's nothing they can do to get away from that now. So he's poor Wilfred.
You look at it like, obviously, I don't really think MD really said anything personal to him, but like, it was kind of sad when you would see him on the touchline and you're just like, he was just a defeated man straight away. Like, I don't care who you are. I genuinely don't think. I understood the Hearts game. I mean, you even see now Hearts are still top of the table in February. The St Mirren game, I didn't understand, but I went, right, we'll let you away with that. But every other game, like, you just couldn't. But
like, what are you doing? Like, nah, I
genuinely think you could have gave that job, and not being like disrespectful here, because obviously one of our other hosts, Jordan, is employed by this football club. But I genuinely think you could put the Dumbarton manager into that role and they would do better than that.
Oh, 100%. I think it comes down to the individual person and what they were going to do. It's just still kind of baffled by it, to be honest.
Did you ever do coaching or anything like badges?
I did. So I went and done a sports course at Anniesland as well, college after. So like when you do kind of
I was just mesmerised by your eyes there. I was just looking right at you. No bother.
So you do like when you can assign a professional contract, you do college courses and stuff like that. They put you through college courses.
Really? That's really good.
I was already doing one anyway. I was doing a sports course at Anniesland, and I'd started my badges and then left Anniesland College and thought, I'm just going to finish them. So I don't know why I wanted to, but because it was never something that I never wanted to really do. And I finished, I don't know what the equivalent is now, but I'd finished like the kind of first and second one. I never got to like the one where you can like work with children and stuff like that, but I'd done a few badges and I did enjoy it. I tried to, I was going to start speaking up there like the kind of talk about.
Oh really?
So when I see Mind That Gary,
Aye.
We'll cut it. Mind That Gary, nobody knew what he was at the time, but I had coached a few times with him, and then that was when I was going to start coaching my his team, and then all that came out. I was like, let's.
Do you know what that felt like?
Let's just fuck coaching half. Let's no coach any better.
See when you watch something, and like somebody says something, and they go, "Oh, I can't see right now," and then the presenter goes, "Can you definitely not disclose that?" And they'll go, "No, I'll tell you after." That was like one of the moments that I'm now going to be told that information after, and the people watching will know it.
No,
I liked that there. I did like that.
Cool.
Do you think Hearts will win the league?
I don't think they'll get the consistency to do it. I really don't, man.
Who does then? What a question! What a fucking question!
That is a question. I still think one of the big two are going to. I don't know if it's just because
Celtic or Motherwell?
Motherwell.
No, I honestly don't know. See, to be honest, right? I think it will be Rangers, and I don't think you can spend that much money and not win the league.
Nah.
Did you watch the Motherwell game, the Motherwell Rangers game the other night?
No, I actually didn't.
You watched that Chermity though? You ever watched that play football?
Yes.
Like I don't get that. I genuinely don't. And see stuff like that, it is a shame, because I even look at like Celtic, like they played Utrecht the other week and he had a howler again, that Barkanas. He was terrible for Celtic and he had a howler.
Yeah.
But like somebody has seen him and went, he's good. So like, I don't know, like maybe that Chermity, I don't know, maybe he's over here and he's over here himself, and I think he's only 21. Like, remember that time Yang's girlfriend came over and scored 2 goals against St Mirren? So like, stuff like that must be a factor. Like, I think Di Maria, when he went to Man U, I think his house got burgled when he was there, and that's why he wasn't that good at Man U. Like, stuff like that can't come into it, but I'm like, who actually goes and sees these people? Like, they must have one good game and somebody must go get him in.
Aye.
Like, they must not watch him consistently, man.
I don't know. I think it's people that have got a lot more knowledge about what potential people have got. They see. I think it literally only takes that one thing to be like, he's got something, but then you're looking at it from an outside perspective, going, like you're looking overall, looking at how he's just had howlers after howlers.
Aye.
But somebody's looked at him and went, that's different from what I've seen. I mean, they've watched a lot of people. They've seen a lot of people, and they're like, that's different from what I've ever seen before. They must be right about him.
Do you think? What do you think's the toughest position? Like now in football.
I'd probably say centre mid.
Really?
I'd say centre mid, toughest position. Aye, or strikers, because
I think striker.
I think for a striker to look good and to be good, you need to have good service. Do you know what I mean? So you're relying on other people to then give you the service to make you look good. Otherwise, you're constantly dropping back and folk are like, where's he going? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I just think midfield, like, you could look at it in a way where, just talking Scottish football, because that's what I know more really, but there's some games where I'm like, McGregor has so much space, and I'm like, it looks easy for him, but then I'm like, is he making it look easy? But I do think, like, I thought you would have said wing back. In today's game, I think wing back could be one of the toughest ones.
I think every position is hard for different reasons. Do you know what I mean? Like, to be a wing back, you need to be uber fit. Do you know what I mean? You need to be a marathon runner, and at times it's a thankless job you're doing, because you're just doing doggies, running back and forward. Do you know what I mean? But and then you do have positions that you've got a lot more opportunity to do simple things well that make you look better, make you look like a good player. Like McGregor, he's got all that space, and he's just is he creating that space to make himself look better, and is it not as simple as we think about? But then I'd say for like kind of your consistency wise striker, because then people are going to be like, well, this game he's they're not going to look at it as if he's had good service this game, and he's no. Do you know what I mean?
You could look at it from a different perspective as well, and like, if a certain situation makes it the hardest, like for example, I've seen it with Schmeichel this year. Goalkeeping is not the hardest position, but the abuse you get could also make it. Because like, my head would be gone, man. See if I made 10 saves and I let one in at the end that cost you the game, your head would be gone.
And it's all they're going to remember is that one that you let in, and it's so easy for them to switch off as well, because they could be doing nothing for the majority of the game, and then,
I would struggle,
you know what I mean, you try to pick up a ball that goes through your legs, and that's all people remember for that whole game.
I know.
But they always say you need to be mental to be a goalkeeper, don't you? So there's got to be something.
He has enough.
Something right.
My big brother was a goalkeeper, I know, man. So that says everything about goalkeepers.
I think every goalkeeper I know is get a wee bit. 50p short of a man.
But it's an interesting position. So if you were to say a top three for the league before we move on to our next bit, top three for the league at the end of the season.
Celtic.
First?
Wow. Yeah, Celtic. Hearts, Motherwell.
Fuck.
Aye.
I was going to do Rangers, Celtic, Motherwell. I think Hearts will fall off.
You think so? Like completely? I don't think they'll fall off completely. I can't see them. I just don't think they've got that. I think they've got that wee.
So you think Rangers will drop out of fourth? Really?
Aye.
Wow, man.
I've actually spoken about it the other day. Somebody said the same. I was like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? You just.
That is not.
You can see the wee kind of.
So what do you think Celtic would rather on Sunday with Rangers versus Hearts? Say Celtic win. I think you want Rangers to win.
You want Rangers to win. Aye, like, because at the moment
That's not how you think. I don't know. I think Celtic would be daft to not go for that Motherwell manager. But Celtic are daft. Celtic have been daft for years. Like, we are very lucky. Like, compared to my dad who's seen Rangers win 9 in a row. Like, I've not had to witness that. So I'm a very lucky Celtic fan. But if things are bad, I'm going to, like, to be honest, I didn't boycott it, so I didn't buy a ticket for the game the other day. You know, I went and get a tattoo. But I said I was at a boycott, right? But I do think stuff like that is daft, because that was a cup game. And it came out people's account. So, like, you still gave them money. They don't care if you don't help me. They literally do not care.
They don't care if you watch it on
I will be honest, right, and people are going to come at me here. Not another penny. See, on a fucking Wednesday night at home at Livingston, I'm buying a fucking steak pie.
Aye, 100%.
So see that, not another penny. And I don't think my £4.30 is going to... See, if I don't give them that, I don't think the board's going to go like that. Wait a minute here.
Somebody.
Where's this regular sneak by?
She's no bought a sneak by. Go and find him. What's his address? Where does he stay?
I know that.
I'm sorry. Go and get 430 off him.
But I don't think that's not me saying like aggressive behaviour. That I'm not saying like petrol bomb cars, right? But I'm just saying I do not think like I think do something what will cost the club money.
Aye.
So let off pyrotechnics at every home game, fling them on the pitch, not hitting any players. But I think Celtic most European games, if there was a game once where they got like a £200,000 fine because there was flares, cost the club money do stuff like that.
Aye.
Because I don't know, and at the same time I like the Celtic away kit this year, the black one. Celtic are now selling it for £30 because nobody's buying it because not another penny. So I probably will buy it.
Aye, like.
But
I get where you're coming from. Do stuff that's going to cost the club. See if you feel that strongly about it. Do something that costs the money. No, I'm not going to go. But your bank account says you went. So
I think if nobody out with Celtic or Rangers win the league this year, I don't think anybody else ever will. Even Hearts in like the 5-year mark or whatever. Just because I'm like Celtic and Rangers this year. Rangers have probably had one of their worst ever managers. I know for a fact, because I don't know if somebody's been worse than Russell Martin on like a kind of interim basis, but Celtic have 100% had their worst ever manager. Both their squads have been quite poor. If Rangers or Celtic win the league, I don't think any other team will ever win that.
No. Because
you'll never get them as that bad. You'll never get a better chance than that. No way.
Not in this season, no. Especially the position that Hearts are in. Do you know what I mean? Happening. I don't think you're going to get a better opportunity to capitalise on that. And if you don't, you need to start seriously having a fucking look at yourself and being like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Like, get away back and part time. I know. I like.
This is why I like a podcast as well, because me and you, I think me and your predictions were both kind of wild, because you've dropped Rangers out and I've dropped Hearts out completely and brought Motherwell up. But like, we could actually come back to the podcast in 6 weeks and like Hearts could be like 8 clear. So I like how it's recorded.
Something completely different. Aye. No, it's just a feeling I had, and it's not because I'm a Celtic fan or anything. It's just for the kind of wee bits that I've seen, and I'm just like, I just don't think they've got the capability at this moment in time to maintain that, especially because they're not just winning the Butlers now, they're winning the Butlers and Motherwell as well. It's just never really been a thing. So it's like you say, it could be different, completely different in 6 weeks.
We'll see.
I hope it isn't. I hope it. I'd love to see 5th, 6th, 7th. I do you know what I mean? I'd love to see something. Do you know what? And it's going to sound stupid. I'd love to see something really fucking wild happen one year. Just be like St Mirren, and then you've got your Dunfermlines and all that. Like
a bigger league would be good.
Just do you know what I mean? Like just.
Rangers might do it because it would only be their second ever title, I think.
Well, it's something that's something that can. We'll speak about when Jordan's here.
I'm not being rude here. We're going to do a wee gamble response. We should probably say gamble response. I do have a gambling problem. Yeah. But I'm going to do this anyway.
I did have it 18.
We're going to
give my mum 30 quid digs a week, man. I'm on GamStop, it's on your phone, so it's fine.
It's on mine. So we're going to do a wee bet. Me and Jordan usually do it every week. We've done it for a season and a half now. We've won once and it was a cash out. So we've not got a great record, but what is it? All gamblers are one gamble away from the next big win. So keep gambling, but responsibly. So we'll do it like we can pick a few games from each league, but we can either pick a winner or we can pick like over 1.5, over 2.5 or both to score. So I'll just go through the games. If you don't want to touch it, we'll just not touch it. So Dundee Livy, if I was to go with 8 on that, I'd go over 1.5 or not touch.
No, just not touch.
Not touch. Sorry, I thought I had something there. I don't know what I said. Falkirk, Dundee United, both to score, I'd say.
Aye,
both to score. Yep. And Hibs Mirren. Mirren are poor, man.
Aye.
But so are Hibs. I think that's over 1.5. Or not touch.
I'd go not touch, but I'd go not touch. But if you want to go over 1.5, I'm not completely.
No, we'll go not touch.
Not touch.
And then we're into the Championship. There's a game on tonight, so we'll not touch that. Arbroath versus Ayr. I think that's both to score as
both
well.
to score.
Yeah.
Aye, both to score.
Ross County, Queen's Park. I wouldn't touch that one. So we've got another 2 games in that league.
Aye, not touch.
Greenock Morton versus Rafe. Over 2.5 I'm going. I'd go anyway.
Over 2.5?
Yeah. There's too many goals here actually. We've got both teams to score, both teams to score. That's 4 goals we need straight away. Maybe 1.5.
Aye, 1.5.
And then Dunfermline and Partick Thistle, I think that's 2.5. That is 2.5, 100%.
Aye.
And then on to League 1, there's a 5:30 game, but we'll not touch that, Hamilton.
I never touch half-5 games. I just don't like, I don't touch half 12s or half-5.
They just get 6 points deducted again.
Do they?
Aye.
Wow.
East Fife Cove. See, this is where we need Jordan because these are bum leagues, man. I don't even care if anything's
Did
in
the Barton get 5 points deducted at the start of this season as well for the liquidation in 2024, wasn't it?
Aye. And Edinburgh City got 15 deducted, but they're close to Dumbarton.
Jordan, man, sort your team.
I know. East Fife Cove. I don't really know enough about these leagues. I'd probably just go over 1.5 for some of these games.
Aye.
So East Fife Cove 1.5. Steny Montrose, I wouldn't touch Steny.
No.
They fucked me too many times. Queen of the South and Alloa 1.5.
I don't 2.5.
2.5 for that, right? And Kelty Peterhead, I wouldn't touch. Because we've got League 2 to go to, so that's a big bet. Dumbarton Stranraer, go for them. I'm kidding. Jordan's going to get fucked. Yeah, how mad's that if they get relegated, your team will be unemployed? Like you actually don't think of stuff like that.
Aye, like you're just right about the players, the manager.
Like he will be unemployed, so hopefully Dumbarton will stay up.
Aye, come on, so
sort of we need to pay for the fucking filming, so
he's then you're fitting at the bill for that shit.
So we need him to keep his job.
Aye, I know.
So I think we'll go over 1.5 for that. East Kilbride, there's always goals in their games. They're away to Annan, but it'd be typical we put goals in it, and there isn't it?
There's nothing. Don't touch.
So don't touch. Spartans Edinburgh City, who are below Dumbarton, but only by like 4 points. I would go both to score on that. Elgin Forfar 1.5 maybe. And then Stirling Clyde will just not touch that.
I'd never touch Clyde.
But aye, there we go. So we'll stick that one. We'll see. If that comes in, we'll probably not be here next week.
No.
But
gamble safely.
Gamble safely. But moving on, obviously the topic where you have a notebook for, because we're really looking to get into this. Obviously, yes. I don't know if anybody has watched the Lucy Letby documentary. Obviously, she worked in a hospital. Babies kept on dying in that hospital. Turns out the majority, every shift that she was on, it was happening.
It was every shift. It was every single shift. She was the only common denominator. And
they moved her from, so it was happening at night, I say it was happening at night. They moved it to days, and it started happening on days instead of nights.
There's 8 babies that died, and there was 6 other attempted. In all there was I think it was about 17 babies, right?
Yep.
And she was a common denominator, right? Which in healthcare, that's not unrealistic because they're so short staffed for somebody to be there. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit. You could see when you first start watching it, you're going, it is a bit a big coincidence. And then when she gets, so this is happening. They suspect her. They suspect her of doing this instead of just taking her off the ward, taking her suspending her, whatever they're doing. They put her onto days. And it starts happening on the days again, so you're going right at the start. You're going right, okay. This is a bit nuts. That's you're going. That's it's a kind of there's concrete stuff there, but then see the more you look into it, the way she's acting as well, it's.
See what you said there, but that's so true, and it's a shame because babies have died, right? But that's like a guy working night shift in Morrison's, right? And him getting caught stealing eggs and them going like that, right?
Put him on a day shift.
Put him on a day shift and they might not do it then.
Aye.
Like that is actually
if you've got an inclination that somebody's doing something that's so horrific that you think putting them onto a different fucking shift is going to stop this person, it's clearly no right in the head then. You're mental and you're naive, but you're doing that because it suits what you need at the moment. You need somebody on day shift.
Ah,
And
that's
it doesn't
true,
matter
aye,
what she's doing,
cover, aye.
we're going to go and put her on this. So, and it's so mental. And it's the whole fact that they're saying these healthy babies, they're no healthy babies, they're premature babies. That's not a healthy baby that's in a NICU, like a NICU, the
I have
premature.
no clue of the stuff is, man.
It's like
baffling me.
it's just like the chamber that
Aye,
they live in. It's just NICU. They're saying these are healthy babies. They're no.
Aye, if they're in there, they're
If
not.
they're in there, they're no. Doesn't mean they're all going to. They're all going to die. But aye.
They did flip it. See what you said there at the start. You're like, well, that's a coincidence. But what they did in the documentary is, obviously, if you've not watched that, apologies. If you have, then you'll know what we're talking about. But they do flip it at the end to where you start going, wait a minute here, and that's what I like. It straight away you're just like, well, she has clearly fucking done this, and then because obviously what you're saying, like understaffed and stuff. My girlfriend's in uni to be a nurse, and see we were watching it, right? I was like, in my head, I'm like, she's not going to want to do this. Right?
No.
So I was sitting like that, and I kind of just gave her the eyes, and I just got that fuck, and I'm like, no, she's going to fucking pull out of uni or something here, because it will put you off.
No, 100%, and it's like see by like the way that's been put out at the start. You're going, she's done it, like the way she's acting, she's sitting like. Apologies again if you're watching it, the way she's sitting in the bed when she's getting arrested. At first, there's a blank stare, and there's no emotion. She wants to see her cat before she leaves and all that. It's meant her mum seems more distraught.
Do you know what
than
I
she
wondered as
does.
well? Do you think she knew they were going to come and take her? Because see, there was 3 times in the documentary she got taken. Her mum and dad were in the house every time.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why all 3 times is her mum and dad there?
I think it was a case that they were worried about her because, and it was this whole thing when she was writing stuff down. She was told to do that.
That's what was fucking
right.
mental.
She was told to do that, and it's like it's the more and more you watch it, at first when you hear about what she's written, you're going, right. She's obviously done it.
Why was she even given a second chance?
Aye, she's done it. Why is this even a thing? Do you know what I mean? And then you look at it as she, like the way she was dismissed and the way like they put all the blame on her. Maybe she hasn't done it, and then she thinks she's blaming herself.
Yeah.
Because she thinks, is it because of my practices that these babies have died? And you can kind of understand why she's writing that stuff because they're blaming her and they're putting that into her head. And it's crazy.
Do you know what I've realised? And this isn't like my girlfriend, and I'm not just saying this to get in the good books. She is smart as fuck. She is. She is smart as fuck. See what she's done in her exams. Passed them. Like, genuinely, like I was trying to take the piss. And I was like, people are going to start calling you a TP in there. She passed them all pretty much 100% right. So somebody in the class, whatever it was, you only needed 40% to pass, and they got 40. And in my head, I'm like, even in school, it used to be 65. So this person's got 40%, and they're going to be working on a person.
Yeah, man.
But why is that? Because obviously I do gas, and that is just as not just as people's life are still need to be protected. But I done 13 papers and I had to get 100%. So how come with NHS you can get a percentage above the pass mark? Why is that?
Because working in healthcare, especially working in NHS, nurses, paramedics and stuff like that, it's a learning job. So you can be working in the job 20 years and you'll forever be learning because it's such a vast
so
kind
much
of
can go
topic
wrong,
that you're going to come across something you don't know. They're only teaching you the bare minimum, not the bare minimum, but they're only teaching you what you need to know, and then the majority of it you learn on the job. You learn on the job because it's going to be like you need to know like the facts and stuff like that. You need to know how to do things, but then you might not do that specific way. And then the wee things you pick up that you're going to do when you actually get into the job. So, I mean, it is crazy, like 40% for a pass mark when you're actually going to be saving somebody. But that 40%,
and that wasn't
that 40% is so vast.
No, she's a smart one. But that, can see what you said there about how she thought it was her practice, but then it also flipped that again by. She was probably one of the more qualified nurses on shift that night because she'd done all these extra courses. But that's what I really liked about it, because you were just like, why is this even an hour long? Like, it's her. And then they're like, wait a minute, she's been told to do this. She's went and done this in herself. But it's It is. It's sad, and then I always remember seeing it on the news, but obviously, what they then flip it to, and obviously I think you mentioned the guy who discovered this book that told you about this skin coloration, the guy who pretty much put into practice like no, it was 100% her. The book that he read, he took the wrong interpretation from it.
Yeah.
So then they got the actual guy who wrote the book, and he basically went.
The Canadian guy, like they brought him over. It was like a televised thing, and this is one of the things that I wrote down. Like this is where you know, that it's just a whole, it's a show for them. It's a show, and they need somebody to blame. Right at the start, the one of the I think he was an MP or something like that was sitting next to this guy. It was like the star of the show.
Yeah,
people have lost their wains. Like, and he's there to give an account on what his expert opinion is. And you're saying the star of the show. Like, come on, like that tells you where these people that are making these decisions about this lassie, where their mindset is. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy, but like the stuff that he's saying, he's saying that there is no murderer, and then this consultant that's been a consultant for years is saying, well, did we get the wrong person? Well, there is no person, because do you know what I mean? Like there's no murder. Like he's completely debunked your whole reason for one of the murders, the baby that died of an air embolism. Apologies for the spoiler again, but there was no air embolism. It's like injecting air into the vein, which then causes cardiac arrest and dies. There was no air embolism, which this Lucy Letby was meant to have done. So this wasn't one of her babies that she was looking after, but she was in the room, and when the nurse left that was looking after this baby, she was meant to have done this, when it never ever died of an air embolism. Like, so how are you still convicting her?
And it's still, it maybe could have been she was one of the new people on the ward, or one of the new nurses, and we'll get onto this bit in a minute, but her friend, who was actually AI in the documentary, said that she was in that same ward with her when they were learning, but her friend wanted to move on because it wasn't a good vibe, and they kind of never understood why Lucy Letby was so quiet and kept herself to herself.
They felt as if they were shutting her out. Because she was shy and quiet. Like that. And from working in a healthcare perspective, it happens. It can be a toxic place sometimes. You know what I mean? Because emotions are so high, and I mean somebody's having a bad day and they're having to be nice to patients, and then they go in and they're just absolute arseholes to the people that they work with. I can get it. Do you know what I mean? Because but I'm
not saying like other nurses did this, but she was kind of looked at that like it clearly wasn't a very healthy ward, as in the people working there. No. Like, considering the pal that she went to uni with moved away from it. But see, before we go into it a wee bit deeper, what did you think of the AI thing? Obviously there was two. One of them was meant to be Lucy's friend. The other one was the mum of a child that passed away. But they were both AI.
I don't get it.
I think that
I don't get it.
Killed it, because I don't think it made me engrossed enough to be like, oh, this was real life, because like it used to be you would just make people like a shadow and make them have a mad crazy voice.
That makes it feel more real than actually seeing the person sometimes, when you're like, oh, like the kind of seriousness of the situation, where it's just a black figure and a distorted voice, or they've got somebody else that's reading the voice for them. I would have went for that, like an actor. Yeah. But that's the AI thing. I agree with you on that.
Because they started the one that was meant to be the mum started crying at one point, and I was just like, but it's AI.
Aye, so she's not.
It was weird.
It was weird. Like, you're making her cry. So I mean, like, it's no. I don't. It ruined it for me.
Do you think? Do you think she did do it?
No.
No.
No, I don't. I think she's been used as a scapegoat. I think she's been used as a scapegoat to cover up the problems that that specific ward were having. Whereas you heard them saying at some point where it's hard for them to get to see a doctor at times, which is true. Yeah. So I mean, there's everybody's struggling. NHS is struggling. They can't cope with the demand at times, and it's true. And I think they've used that as a scapegoat. There was a further 9 deaths in 2023. So.
And that was after?
Yeah, it was after. She was still in. This was in 2017. Further 9 deaths in 2023. So, like, why is she still sitting in a jail cell? Why are you then waiting for this Dr. Lee or whatever his name is to send his report to the review committee and stuff like that. It was a televised thing, like it was recorded. You've seen it, you've heard his opinion. Why are you waiting for him to send it to the review board for him to look at? And it's, I don't know if you were going to go on to touch on this, but her defence never called one expert witness. What is going on there?
I know.
Like, how can, in a case that requires expert witnesses, you're calling none?
I know, I don't get that as well. Like, why when the whole thing with the book that got made and this guy read it, being like, oh, that's the same skin thing as that. So, like, the actual guy who made the book and was sat on the media thing and get told he was the star of the show, literally said there was none of these are murders.
No.
Like, that should have been it, like, nipped in the bud.
That's it. So,
like,
you're not looking for a murder.
But I feel like it just ended as well. Like, I know it did say she's serving 3 life sentences, but it didn't even say at the end, like, she's in this, know how at the end it'll be like, she's in this prison, she's served this amount of time, she's maybe going to go to a retrial. It just kind of ended.
Aye.
But what even would be the outcome? Would it just be like, right, these babies did just die of natural causes, would you call it?
Well, but it wouldn't be natural causes. There would need to be either an unexplained death or there would need to be a reason. But it's like the reasons that they're given is negligence or like actively, like an air embolism, putting air into somebody's veins and stuff like that. But the whole thing that they're saying, oh, these X amount of babies, healthy babies, they're premature, they're not healthy, they're at risk of dying anyway, do you know what I mean? It's just what it is. Do you know what I mean? And some of them that would have been born with conditions as well. So, like, to say that was a healthy baby that's just completely up and died, then it's mental. And
So see the air thing. What are they saying? Are they saying that she like put a needle in? What are they saying she done?
But because they are premature, they will have a PICC line which they can get fed through. They'll get fluids, antibiotics. Like they'll have, it's like a TPN feeding bag, and they'll have cannulas in them as well, which will be in their vein, so they can get drugs, and it'll be in case they get into cardiac arrest, they can administer adrenaline and stuff like that. So they would have things that are already in place that she wouldn't have to then she could just put a needle into their vein and just pull it back and do that.
So see people might think I'm being daft here, but I don't know. So see, even if that got done to me, would I die? Or is it just babies?
No. Like,
really?
Just anyone. That's how like.
That's fucking nuts, man.
That's how you see it now. If you've ever got an injection, you'll see them flitting the kind of needle and stuff like that. Because there's wee air bubbles in the liquid that they're going to give you.
So even a wee tiny bit of air?
No, that's I mean, it's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. But
fuck me.
Like that's like it's just something that you wouldn't do. You would make sure it was completely gone before you done it. But to have an empty syringe and pull it all the way back and then inject it into somebody.
Fuck me, man. Here's me leaving a leak at somebody's boilers. I'm like, fucking you, man.
You know?
Fucking hell.
It's crazy. There's so many. Like you need to be switched on 24/7. Do you know what I mean? It's not something you can half arse and be like, oh, okay, we'll just take this way. And you need to be you've got somebody's lives in your hand.
Aye, because it's like this isn't a big deal. But I got an operation 2 years ago in my hip. Because my hips aren't the right shape, so I had to get one of them cut. And
really?
Aye.
I didn't know that.
Aye, so that's why like I always thought I had a problem with my groin when playing football, and I was like, no, your hips aren't in the right shape.
So is this why the comeback's never happened? Or is
it's never happened. It's actually going to. There's going to be an R comeback. There's an R7.
Jinkies in your head because you've had this.
Aye, because my thing was I was fast, and that's why now like see if a player comes back from injury and they're not as good, I now understand that.
So this was my problem as well. I've been threatening a comeback since I was 23. Done my ACL and all that, and it was in my head that it was going to happen again, and then obviously I started my job and I couldn't be injured, and I went and played a charity match recently. And it totally deterred me from ever making a comeback because I wasn't what I used to be. I'm heavier. I couldn't get my bed for about 3 days after. I'm leaving. I have never felt pain like this my entire life. Mental.
It's not
spending. Played about 60 minutes as well.
It was just a sevens tourney, and that's what's coming up in the summer again. So I'm going to try. But I didn't want to get it done, and they basically said if you don't get it done, you'd have arthritis by 30. But it's both hips, but they only did that one, but I've not even recovered properly. Like I can tell I've not. But even at that, when I woke up, so I went up to the hospital at 7. Obviously, you're not meant to eat or even drink water. Nobody came and spoke to me. So I was up at 7 a.m. Nobody came and spoke to me until 12:30, Gartnavel.
Oh, was it?
So nobody came and spoke to me until 12:30. I was meant to get taken in at 2. I get taken in at 3, which isn't a big deal, but I was only meant to be under for 90 minutes. I was under for nearly 5 hours, and I woke up that long after that all my surgeons were away home, so nobody gave me any information. I woke up and I said to them, I could go some paracetamol. I wasn't meant to get paracetamol and she gave me it. So I was just like, fuck me, I'm fucked here. And then I fucking...
Gartnavel's a great hospital as well, man.
I like Gartnavel.
Shout out Gartnavel.
But no,
the food's classes.
But no, that's
why. Anything you're in there?
Mate, this thing, right, I got an egg. Just an egg. Just a fried egg on a plate.
Seen that though. Just one?
Aye.
Yeah, that's different.
But I did, but that's the thing, I probably did...
Could you have ate more though?
I wanted home, but I did do my recovery, but see, I got to a stage when I was like, I did give up on it, but I'd like to think hopefully in the summer, I'm fit enough to get back into it, but that's what it is, like, my thing was being fast and I'm fucking no fast anymore, so what is actually the point?
Aye.
But just, there was a topic we said we're not going to discuss, but I'm going to ask you about it, but just before, so you think we say, is not guilty.
No, not guilty. No.
I do agree with you. I do. I'm not just from hearing you, even watching it.
I don't think. I mean, I think it's very easy to come to the conclusion that she did do it if you watch the start of it.
Yeah.
And then see if you watch the rest of it, you're going, nah.
Aye.
It's not. She's been used as a scapegoat here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just sheer coincidence that she was on duty for it. I mean, it is a big fucking coincidence.
Aye, that is some bad luck.
It's bad luck in it. That's kind of like.
But no, I agree. I don't think she's guilty, but it is a sad situation, obviously.
It's
but
very. Yeah, it's. I mean.
We've got about 10 minutes. Is there anything you just randomly want to talk about? Because I just want to quickly. I don't know if you've watched anything. See the Winter Olympics.
Nah, I'm not really.
I can't believe that is a thing, mate.
Really?
And I genuinely can't. Like, I cannot believe it's a thing.
There was one that I seen that was your downhill. Skiing. Downhill skiing, and this, I don't know her name. I'd be lying if I guessed at it. I don't know her name, but she'd ruptured her ACL.
I ain't done it.
And then done it, but then 5 seconds into it, took a mad fucking
She got airlifted.
hairy canary, and like as she was jumping, spun in the air and hurt herself again. Like, why are you competing in the first place then? Do you know what I mean?
It's just as well, like, obviously the movie Cool Runnings and that. Like, let's be real here. That is the only reason people fucking know about bobsled.
100%.
But why is it actually...
You've seen the videos. You know the videos I'm talking about, where it's like the female ones, where it's the single bobsled, and it's like they've got these big arses.
I've never seen
No,
that.
100%. You've seen these.
No,
You've seen them on. You've seen them on TikTok. You've seen them on TikTok, and it's like.
But I genuinely even sledging's one now. Even in the normal Olympics, breakdancing. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
But
this will be a fucking Olympic sport next.
The only, well, it was it no?
Podcasting.
Oh, podcasting. I thought you meant breakdancing.
I mean,
podcasting. There'll be ridiculous things, but that's like the only thing people know about the break. I didn't know breakdancing was an Olympic sport because of that Australian woman that was. She was like, could they dance? Like, that's the only reason I knew about it. So, like, what are these?
But no, I just think stuff like that is absolutely fucking nuts. Like the bobsledding thing, like you run for 4 seconds, maybe even 8 at a push, and then like, especially in the two guys in the middle, you're just sitting there.
No, actually doing it, and do you know what I mean? Like you're really. See especially the single bobsleds. You're going. What are you actually doing? But lying. Like I've done that going down the hill at a Delhi Chip before. And it's like no matter how hard you try and control where you're going, you can't. So you're not doing it, but lying there. You know what I mean? It could be like your virtual dogs. You could just put nobody on it and just.
I know. But there was always, just as we wrap up here, there was always a question Jordan asked. I'm now going to introduce a final question to the podcast. If you don't have one tonight, we can get it for next time. So I'll ask Jordan's question since he's not here. His question at the end of the podcast was, what are you having for your dinner, or what did you have for your dinner?
I've not had anything yet, but I'm going to have steak ciabatta. You get ciabatta rolls, steak, a wee bit of garlic butter, put it onto the ciabatta, fry it, and then put the steak on it with a bit of peppercorn sauce.
That does sound good, to be
some
fair.
homemade chips, you know.
That does sound good, actually.
Yeah.
I just said chicken chips. No, I had chicken potatoes and broccoli.
That's only because my dad, he went and bought steaks. Otherwise, I would have probably just been having chicken nuggets and chips. Because at this time of night, I'm just firing something in the oven. Do you know what I mean? Or order that takeaway.
I know. I might get a few wee beers tonight, man. Just sit and chill. I like that, playing a bit of Football Manager, relaxing.
It's Friday, isn't it? Friday. I'm off weekends. I'm off Saturday, Sunday.
My question is now. I'm going to give you one of the best answers I've ever got here, right? So, what's one thing you wish you were good at? And the answer that is my number one answer is, see when you see the videos at airports or train stations and somebody just goes and sits down and plays piano. I wish I was like able to do something like that. So
I wish I was musically inclined anyway.
Do you?
Aye. I've actually watched a lot of the piano ones. There's a couple, there's two, like a boy and a lassie that I can't remember their name, that brought us on, like great. They've been doing it a lot recently. I'll remember for next time their names. But singing, I wish I was great. I wish I could sing. Do you know what I mean?
I think because obviously the past couple of years I've started to get into music a wee bit, but I said that obviously I was talking to Kev before it, a few pubs locally, and I've got a few places up the town. But my worst enemy could say to me, "Here, mate, as much as I hate you, you're actually quite good at that," and I'd still never.
Yeah.
It's something that I think, even if you're good at it, if you don't believe you're good at it, you never will.
No.
But no, I think that was my favourite ever answer, because I do love watching them videos when a guy just walks up to a piano on the train station and everybody just, it's class, man.
It's even better when it's like you get it's a wee boy.
Yeah.
It's obviously his mum and dad have got him into piano and stuff like that, and you see him and you're like, wow. Because have you ever tried to play piano?
It's hard.
So hard, man. And I think it's meant to be one of the hardest to learn as well. So
triangles up there, no, man.
Aye. What's that one? The tambourine. I was even terrible at triangle. My timing's out because I was never paying attention enough.
It's they be instruments where you just think they'll be easy and they're just.
And you forget about it.
I tried the tin whistle.
Did you?
Tried that, aye. Couldn't do it. I'm not a good blower.
No,
do you have a question, or do you want to think of one to be your final question for the next time?
What setting do you have your toast on? Number? Give me a number.
Can I tell you something?
Give me a number.
No,
give me a number.
I didn't know toast could pop up, and I've spoken about this in a podcast.
What?
So
didn't know toast could pop up?
Mate, when I was younger, right, and this is where... Oh, so know how before...
Are you pulling
mate,
the toast out of there?
So know how before we started here, I said somebody left a comment on a video, which I cannot repeat.
No.
It was because of this story.
I never said it.
When I was younger, I put the toast in, and I didn't know it popped up, so I would get a knife and balance it down into the bread crust and pull it out, and I swear to God,
how dangerous that is, man.
I didn't know, so
that's...
But I couldn't even tell you, probably 3.
I'll take that. See, eating more than 3 is fucking barbaric, man.
No, probably
what are
3.
you doing? Just like, I mean, I used to have warm bread, my mum hated it. Why'd you hate it? I'm eating it. Do you know what I mean? You're not eating it, but eating more than 3 is just barbaric, innit? It's just, I remember, actually, my dad's like, we've got a toaster you can toast 4 bits of bread.
We've got
and he's like, the
4 knives in it you used to get the bread out.
So, what are you doing if you're cooking for more than one person? No. She's like, what's going on? And there's you take that to the bath and you have to aye, my dad's like, no, the toaster, it'll no go down, it's just broke. No, you can help him to shine a light in it. Do you know? And he'd still been using the other side of it. He'd try to toast tortoise going. And it's obviously they're too thin for the because it's just like wee bits that sit like that catch the bread. It's been too thin and it's fell down the side. See when I got this tortoise going out, you actually seen the nicky, man. It was still in like 2 bits, but it was, I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? Aye. That's
a good question. I like that. I look forward to that being a thing, because you don't think of stuff like that.
What setting?
Bit 3, I'm going to look when I get in now to double check, and if it is, I'll let you know, because I don't want to be classed a liar.
We do have a really good toaster, so 2 probably gets it to most people's. 3 can be warm bread, but it can't be like where you're scraping like bump bits off it, and it's just like when you bite it, it doesn't leave teeth marks.
I get you.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I could go some toast now.
I've got tiger bloom in the house.
Do you? I'm not a Tiger Bloom guy.
No,
Just,
I like it for a wee
Robert's-
piece and fried egg.
Robert and blue.
Aye, if I'm just eating anything, but like
Aye.
a wee piece and fried egg, bit of tiger bloom. So.
I think I'm going to get some beers
Aye,
soon.
so
that.
I've got one more question for you.
Oh, no,
I
right.
have one more question, and it's just it's about food again. If you're having a rolling sausage, right, and you're having a rolling bacon, what colour of sauce, if any sauce, do you put on each of them?
Brown.
On both?
Aye.
Barbaric. No. Tomato sauce for bacon, brown sauce, HP brown sauce for rolling sausage.
No.
It's just it's
I don't
standard.
like tomato
It's,
sauce on
you don't?
No.
Nah, I like a wee bit of red sauce, man.
No.
No.
I couldn't.
I had a pal that worked for, he said he worked for HP for years, and I thought he worked for HP brown sauce, but it wasn't, it was the laptop company.
Mate, I've never even noticed that, man.
No,
I thought that was no, the brown sauce all the way.
I mean, no on bacon, but
I couldn't tell you last time I had, like maybe it depends on like McDonald's cheeseburger, but it's already on it. I couldn't tell you last time I've decided to open tomato sauce and put it on. Nah.
It's just, it's one of the ones where it seems it shoots that bit of water out at the start, man. Like, I get why people don't like
Aye.
it. Brown sauce doesn't do that, do you know what I mean?
Aye,
But
brown sauce is a bit more, you know, a bit more mature with stuff like that.
you need to
but-
be a certain age to eat brown sauce,
I
don't you?
But no, that's us, mate. Bang on time, and obviously I hope you enjoyed your first podcast.
No,
Obviously,
that
you
was
are,
good, man.
You are one of the NH Rooster podcast hosts now, so I hope you all enjoyed. Obviously, it's the first one back.
Yep.
In nearly 2 years, and we're going to be very consistent with it. And as we go on, a few more,
Yeah.
well, not a few more, many more guests. So,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
no, thanks to letting us record as well. Obviously,
Yeah,
massive
aye,
shout out.
cheers for setting up tonight, and it's just, I think it's been a long time coming for you coming back, and
Aye.
I'm looking forward to what it'll hold. I think
I know.
it's I think it'll be
I'll
good, man.
I'll struggle to get out the door, man. There's too many fans out there ready.
Aye, I know.
But no, I appreciate your time, mate.
Aye, yeah, well, leave it.
I just seen those actual
There's actual
there.
fans outside
But
the
no,
door.
thanks for
Aye,
thanks
cheers
for listening.
for
Thank
tuning
you.
in, man.